No parallel is the default, as in logging is the default. When you set something to parallel, it means that you're telling the database that the table and or an index that you create can be executed, or queries that are executed against that table can be executed in parallel. In other words, the Oracle database will take the query, divide it up into sections according to the I/O if it can, if the optimizer thinks it is useful, and it will execute it in parallel. In theory, much faster. It works to a certain extent as a type of distributed processing in parallel across a rack instance, where the processing will be distributed across the rack, but it can also work on an individual machine. Servers have many CPU cores or basic CPUs on them anyway, so you can run things in parallel. Certain types of operations are more efficient. And I can show you the creation of these tables if I don't have anything else in there at the moment. I think I might have. If I go into here, I've got a table called test2, so it appears. Or I could go to here and say select table name from user tables, where table name like. I'm just looking for the tables that are called tests so I don't get errors, because I'm trying to, okay, drop table test, drop table test2. Do this. For some reason it doesn't like that. Oh, command not properly ended. Table created, table created. Let's check this again. Go back up to here. Let's take this command here and copy paste it. Oh, I didn't hit return, that's why. So drop table test1, drop table test2. Let's find out what went wrong there. The other thing I want to do is to paste that in here so you have that command. So we know that test 1 and 2 worked. I think what I probably did was probably 3 failed, and I didn't hit return on the last one. Okay, so we created the first 2. I want to know actually what is wrong with the syntax on these. It doesn't like the brackets, so I've got the syntax incorrect, so we'll go and fix that. I thought that was the way you did it. No, it's not. Okay, I'll bet this is how you do it without the parentheses. But what we'll do is we'll actually go into the documentation and find this command or this syntax and verify it. And that way you can see me looking at the parallel clause. See, parallel integer, no brackets. I just looked it up in the syntax diagram. I'm just demonstrating different ways of using the parallel clause, but there is one very important point I have to explain with these last 2 commands. Oh, this is very nice. SQL command not properly ended. Oh, yes, okay. Try this. Test 3. I don't actually know what's wrong with that. Drop table test 3. This is a disaster. Test 3. I don't know why it's not creating that. Create table test 3 is select star from dual. Let's try something else. It may not like this. ID number and parallel 256. This topic will be continued in the next movie.